Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to Clean Connect Top Plus webinar. My name is Bunjin from Umore. Today's session will begin with presentation followed by Q&A session. Please ask your question through messaging in the group chat for the speaker to answer. Let's now welcome the founder and CEO of Umore, Dr. Xu, to start the webinar. Dr. Xu, please.
Okay, thank you everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, and also good night. Everyone, to thank you for your time to join today's webinars. And my name is Xu Rong. I'm the founder of the CEO Consulting Group, very dedicated in Cleantech cross-border activities. So today, I would like to share what we think and what we know about the China environmental new issue market. So first, let me share my desktop, and I have a couple of slides to share with you. Okay, so when we talk about China, when we talk about environmental industry, so we usually would like to know what's the industry looks like. So here we got some numbers here. We have 20,000 enterprises in this industry. 3.2 million people are working in this industry area. Every year we are generating the 3 trillion annual revenues and getting the 277 billion annual profits. You see the profitability is around 9%, like that. And compared to 5 years ago, that's roughly 30% of wastewater are treated. But now it is 91.9% of wastewater treated. So you can see a significant change in China to implement the wastewater treatment system. And also environmental industry has become a more and more important industry in China. And we call it since last year as a strategic industry in China. And from the number point of view, we see that the whole industry can contribute 1.28% of GDP. We call that green GDP. So this is already a big value compared to 5 years ago again. And most importantly, in China, a lot of money are floating around. So we got the numbers here that since last year, in China, we have 90 billion RMB merger acquisition foundations. So this is majorly managed by the corporate, and also they are looking for good projects to invest in. So this will be a definite opportunity for overseas companies and local companies to win the money. And we will look at a specific group in China. Last year, we selected the China IPO companies. So this is a small group, but very representative of China industry. So we analyzed 103 IPO companies. They contribute 10%, right? 1% company and generate 10% revenues. So they generate 325 billion in revenues, and also the growth rate year to year is 37%. That's very high compared to other industry. And also the profits, again, 10% more profitability, 38 billion. And again, the growth rate is 34%. So you see, this is very healthy industry, very profitable, and also continuously grow in China. So we will analyze the 6 industry sectors later. So why it could be, why China Cleantech has been a tremendous opportunity to grow and generating a more and more profitability. So I think the 4 angles to look at it. So on the right, you see a lot of money definitely have been included in China Cleantech. It's including government, it's including PE and VC. And also a lot of financing models, how to finance the project and how to finance the companies. The money is definitely a good driver, but on the other side, inner house capability in China is technology. It's not really the technology innovation. It's more about engineering capability. So in China, engineering capability is more stronger compared to the original innovation of the technology. So China has most difficult water to handle. China has a lot of difficult solid air issue to handle. So with these issues happening, more and more engineering capability are driven by these issues to grow their capability. How to treat it. And on the top, that will be more about the policy and regulations. So since the year before last, and China issued the new environmental law. And also, with the recent 3 years, we have air 10, soil 10, water 10. This is more about enforcement regulations. We in China set a very clear goal on how to, protect our air, soil, and water, but also set a clear target on this, treatment things. So with this, regulations on board, with this new law on board, and also you see a lot of enforcement will be happening and put on the people who illegally discharge something that will be put in the prison. So you will see a lot of phenomena supports China's regulation now is more powerful compared to before. So the bottom line is more a macro environment information for your reference. So China is in the phase of energy upgrade. So before we are using a lot of fossil energy, and now changing a lot of step-by-step energy structures, including renewable. So with these things, more and more energy required solutions are, on board in China. And more energy concerns are happening, drive the Cleantech solutions to find an energy friendly solution in China. So with this 4 angles, we see that Cleantech in China, it's definitely in the right time, and also will be a very sustainable business in China. And so here we have a statistic number here is what is the major investment happening in China. So on the right 3 column, you can see that emergent position and publicly trading boards. That's a NIC for small medium size, and A board. So these are a major way to do the investment compared to VC and PE regarding the percentage of the Cleantech among all industries. You can see clearly that merger acquisition can be reached up to 10% of the cases to do the merger acquisition. So you see that in China, in Cleantech, IPO and merger acquisition has been becoming a major investment happening in China. Okay, look at the numbers. Remember that we are seeing China's growth 30% more annually. And here I just listed the 6 category. And what it looks like? What is specific areas who choose most of the potential? So you see, the biggest domain is still the water treatment. So water market is still a biggest market in China. And the first growth is environmental remediation. It includes soil remediation. It includes water remediations. So again, with more and more government foundation on board, so environmental remediation will be a new market and growing very fast. And you see the flat growth, even the downside is air control. And with more and more power plants have set up the air treatment system. So air control, this market has becoming flat and downside in the next few years. Last one, I think there's a new highlights. So solid waste is becoming a new group that will be getting more attention in China to grow. So it includes food waste or some other hazardous waste as well. So this is an area we need to pay a lot of attention. That will be a growing market in China. And in the next few years, it could be exceeds the market size compared to water. So with these 6 categories, with this scenario, what is the opportunity for cross-border? So I mentioned that air 10, water 10, soil 10, these are regulations. And also, starting this year, it will be last 3 years of 5-year plan. compared to the first 2 years of 5-year plan, and the last 3 years will be more intensively using the money. So that means more investment opportunity will be happening more compared to 2 years ago. So with this scenario, and I just listed some ideas on what is opportunity for cross-border. The first one is urban black and odorless water. So this is pretty Chinese terminology, but it's about water body, surface water. So how to getting the surface water to be clean? So in China, we know we still have the issue of the water body. And also, almost every principal director of each city, they will play an owner every river, every surface waters. So with this mechanism set, so this market about water body treatment will be booming and requiring good solutions to do. And second area, soil remediation. I mentioned before that, the soil remediation foundation from China has been significantly increased compared to 5 years ago. And also, for the opportunity of the overseas companies, it will be very difficult to directly engage in soil remediation project. But finding a good local partner who are very strong in channel building and win the projects will be very good options for overseas companies. Finding a partner, and then you will have a lot of opportunity to be engaged on soil remediation. Third one, industrial VOC. So industrial VOC is still a growing market in recent 2 years. It's a niche market. The whole market size is just 7 billion RMB. But it's growing very fast because the regulation in VOC in industry part is very strict. And almost every government requires end user to set up the system. So, but China, we don't have really state of art, no matter it's a chemical, it's a thermal, it's a physical technology. But again, it's totally a know-how process, how to treat the industry VOC to be in a very low level. So that will be opportunity for overseas companies. And also you are facing the industry customers. It will be easier for bargaining. It's easier to negotiating on the solutions and direct it. So please take on this information that if you are working on VOC treatments, pay attention about China. Pay attention on China end users in like petrochemical, painting, electrical, mining things, and pay attention on this. This will be opportunity for you. The first one is industry west and west water. It's solids and west water. So again, it's industry, but more about how to recycle. So with this year, we have new tax law, environmental tax law. So with this, every end user, when they discharge the pollutants, they need to be charged by tax. Okay? So recycling, saving the discharging volumes of the pollutants will be kind of a goal of the end users. How to reuse this industry waste water will be very important. And also, we really are still a layer on this part in China. So take the time and to look at opportunity in China. That will be very helpful for overseas companies. The last one is a hazardous waste. So this is a very profitable area, and it's really relying on regional government. But the hazardous waste, because the attributes of this waste is totally different in different industry. So finding a reliable solution to treat hazardous waste is a very strong need in everywhere. So if you have this kind of solutions, take a look on different region. Take a look on who the people, the company who has a certificate to treat hazardous waste. They have the certificate, but they need solution. So that's opportunity. So with this, I think this is 5 areas. I think it's opportunity for overseas companies. And with back on, the way how to invest, we mentioned IPO and M&A. But for overseas companies, I just share the number here. In the last 3 years, we have 47 merger position. That's more majority investment, equity investment. And the total transaction is 45 billion. So breakdown, again, we see the solid waste and wastewater plays a stronger role in these areas. And just to give two examples, last year, Tusk Holdings, its China PE fund, has invested in BioRam, a Canadian VOC treatment company. And also, Bosco, a listed company in Guangxi province, invested 100% on Remedies, another Canadian soil remediation companies. So you will see in different areas, the China is also playing a stronger role and aggressively on investment on good technology. So facing on this, what kind of a value proposition plan to win the investment in China? So when we talk about a new issue market, so it will be the first time to open your company and to embrace the investment from overseas. So China has their very unique, I would say, immature investment logic. I just share some information based on our experience how to gain the investment. So three types of a company for your reference to self-assessment. If you are technology-driven company, you have core technology. With this, you could have core equipment and system. But again, if you want to win the investment, you definitely need to generate income from your technology, to demonstrating your technology feasibility. And also net profit is not that important compared to income. It could be negative, it could be plus, but income is very important. And also your technology could be an enabler of China market. It's not that normal. It shows the advancements of this technology and definitely can fix some problems that others cannot fix. So this will be, I think, an ideal model for technology company to win the investment. Second type is solution company. So they are providing a know-how and a solution to the customers. So for this kind of company, we will say it will be low possibility for merger acquisition. But there will be two things that you can take a look. If you have strong flow of customers and projects in overseas, so that will be an interesting point for China investments, because this will be a good point and a good hub to getting into overseas market. And the second one is you are a solution company. Actually, you don't really have in-house technology, but you know how to get them together. So sometimes it will be good that you partner with technology company, it's equipment company, so that you combine them together strategically and to win the investment. So with this, for a solution company, it could be possible to win investment. Last group is operation and management company. This is high possibility for merger acquisition, I would say, because their finance will be very predictable, and also they will contribute a good financial report to the investors. So with this kind of a company, and they are running the assets, they are running a good cash flow. So with this, the market share, market position will be important. If they are in the top level of the regional with significant market share, so they will be very popular to get an investment. And majorly is majority investment from China. So this is the three scenarios for different types of a company. So as some other information in China, the investments likes more PE ratio rather than PS and PA. So average, the PE ratio is roughly 8 to 10. But if you count it as a 12 and more, that will be considered as very high valuations. And also China story is a must to win China investment. That includes if you have China resources to do this, if you have a China business plan to do this, how to grow your China market, how to win your China customers. All these things are China story. So this will be a must to win China investment. Last one is a term. So in a lot of investment term sheets, you will see valuation adjustment mechanism. So the technology owner or company owner and own the future. So how to evaluate the future and take the shared risk. That will be typical style from China. Okay, so I think this is pretty much what I would share today about China new issue market. And the last 2 minutes, I just quickly get an introduction. It's about who we are. So we are Umore Group, and we are based in China, and we are also have the overseas offices in North America and Europe and Singapore. So we are very focused on Cleantech. So we have more than 4 years experience in these areas and very focusing on cross-border. How to build a bridge, helping the overseas companies to learn China, to develop the roadmap to come into China. And also, we're helping the Chinese companies to develop the roadmap how to approach the overseas, no matter it is technology approach or its company approach. So with this, so we are building the 5 teams in global. And I mentioned that in Europe, we have Copenhagen office, we have Düsseldorf office, we have people based there and helping the local companies to understand China and develop the China road. We have the people in Toronto and also we have people in Singapore. So with this 4 overseas office, it's building our network with the local companies, how to go to. And the last one, I just give a promotion about one of our annual conference. We call Clean Connect annual conference. So this is a conference for cross-border, very dedicated in Cleantech and very dedicated for how to getting the technology to meet the money. So this year is the 5th year for Clean Connect conference. And you can see a lot of Chinese investors, companies, IPO companies, state-owned companies, and also, more importantly, a lot of overseas companies are coming to China, meet with their potential partners, sit down and talking about the corporations. So it becomes a very useful, very effective, and also very powerful platform for cross-border, for China Cleantech. So here I just want to invite everyone to take a look on this conference, and we are very welcoming you to come to Nanjing this year in Jiangsu province in November. It's good season in China, and also it's a good opportunity for you. So this is a pitch that's showing what looks like last year. And also, if you have more interesting about China, and also you would like to know more about what the China Cleantech market looks like, what's a China Cleantech project opportunity, you could be engaged. And also other focused events like Clean Connect conference, and definitely to connect the people in China to help you, to partner with you, or even invest together with you. So follow us in LinkedIn, and we think we can be with you to getting more information in a reliable way for you. So thank you very much for your listening. So this is my presentation today. Now I'm open for any questions through the chat.
We have now reached the Q&A session. If you have any question, please ask your question in the chat function through the text messaging. Thank you.
Okay, we have one question here. And thank you for the presentation. How do you see the risk of technologies being copied in China? Could you please share some of your experience regarding the patent protection? I would say this is a very general question. Almost every overseas company would ask. Thank you for the question. And my answer could be that it will be no 100% guarantee that IP protection could be helping completely of your technology. So this is a trade-off. In China, and we see there's a significant change on IP protection. Our president also claimed that we will put on much higher costs if you did some IP infringe. But we know that the process enforcement is still taking time. So I would say that this is a trade-off. When you come into any country, you will see the risk of IP protections. So the major, I think, interest will be if you think the market opportunity is more than the risk. So this is a trade-off. So you will see opportunity more, or you will see the risk more, because in every country, the risk is still there. And then I say the second one is, do we have still some solution? Yes, absolutely. So in the IP protection, to do the review of the technology core technology of the company, and to give some suggestions how to claim their rights in China. So you will see sometimes you need to have the patents in China, but the rights claim will be a very tricky point. So you need experienced law firm to help you getting a good IP strategy for you. How to write the claim, how to write the rights to claim, and not that clear, but protect overall. So this is a very experienced method for you to consider. So find expertise law firm to help you, but also basically you need to evaluate the opportunity and the risk. So I would say China has huge opportunity. If you lose it, this window time, that will be a kind of a loss. But if you think IP is very important, treat it in the right way. Okay, second question. What type of overseas company should attend the Clean Connect Summit? I think the first one, you have China strategy. You are looking for China interest. So this is the first one. And the second one is, if you are not that familiar with China market, using the Clean Connect Summit to see that, to meet the people, to talk about that. So you will get a lot of a feeling about the China market. And the third one, I think be prepared on that. Write down your China strategy, put on your resource plan, and then use Clean Connect Summit to help you to execute your plan. So this is a good, reliable, and economic way to find your partner in Clean Connect conference. How many participants normally do you have at your conference? So we have, last 3 years, we have 600 overall participants, and every year is growing. So last year we have around 250 attendants and joining the conference.
Any last question for the webinar today? Okay, if there's no question, thank you for joining our webinar today. Yes, we have come to an end, and we apologize if you have any questions but it has not been answered. So you can still submit your question on our follow-up emails after the webinar. So thank you, and we hope to see you again in our next webinar. And have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.